Air Force One is literally a flying fortress. It flies higher than any other aircraft, is as fast as an F-16 fighter jet, and acts as a bunker in case of a nuclear attack. This is the most unshakable aircraft in the world. Welcome to World Craziest Stories. Its short distances or long journey, Air Force One is always ready to transport the President of the United States anywhere in the world. Air Force One is a name for any plane the President travels on, but for years it's been associated with this aircraft. The Boeing 747-220B, there's actually two of them, and these aren't standard commercial aircraft. They're custom-made by Boeing and upgraded by the U.S. military. The aircraft costs over $26,000 per hour to operate. It's 6 stories high, it's 76 meters in length, which is longer than any commercial jet, weighs 378,000 kilograms each, and it can fly at a maximum altitude of 45,100 feet. Its Air Force designation is VC-25, and their tail numbers are 280 and 290. The floor plan inside the aircraft is 4,000 square feet of floor space spread across 3 decks. The upper deck is a telecommunication center with technology so advanced it acts as a mobile command center. The lower deck acts as a cargo hold and has a self-contained baggage handling system. And the middle deck is where all the action happens. In the quiet forward area lies the presidential suite. This is where the presidential office is, along with a bedroom with a private shower. In addition to this, the president's personal quarters are marked by a star-patterned carpet on the floor. So this is the flying Oval Office. If you look on the floor, whenever you see stars on the carpet, on Air Force One, that is the president's personal space. Right outside is an area for the Secret Service, and then comes the Situation Room. Notice the carpet changes again to the stars. The Situation Room in the sky. If you notice, there are seat belts here, but seat belts with the presidential seal. And fun fact, the white phones are for unclassified calls, while the beige phones are secure lines. Up ahead are the quarters for 70 passengers, along with work areas, a conference and dining room, and 2 kitchens, but it doesn't stop there. Air Force One always has a doctor on board. There's an operation room filled with the latest medical equipment, an extra supply of the president's blood type, and special vaccinations in case of emergency. The Defense Systems Air Force One sits in a super secure hangar at Joint Base Andrews just outside Washington, D.C. The base is secured by a military checkpoint, and it has 2 additional layers of fencing within its boundaries, but according to the military, Air Force One is safer in the sky than on ground. So what makes it a flying fortress? For starters, it can make a 14,315-kilometer journey in one go. And since it's capable of being refueled in mid-air, Air Force One can stay in flight almost indefinitely. It has a top speed of 965 kilometers per hour. In fact, it's so fast that one of the F-16 pilots who escorted it to Washington during 9/11 said he actually had to speed up to catch up with it. Air Force One is heavily modified by the military and is strong enough to function as an airborne bunker. Its defenses account for air-to-air missiles, ground too. Missiles and possible drone attacks. The body of the aircraft is armor-plated, and so is the glass in the windows. Each exit has its own retractable staircase to avoid sabotage once it's at the airport. Defense systems include enemy radar jammers, ejecting flares that throw off heat-seeking missiles, protection against an electromagnetic pulse, and a whole lot of other features that are obviously top secret. If you've enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that like button and subscribe to security protocols. Whether it's a short flight to New York or a long-haul flight across the world, every flight is a mission. It's all planned down to the last detail, and every possible interference is accounted for, including alternative taxiing routes in flight. Air Force One is secured with its own airspace, and non-presidential aircraft must maintain a distance of 3 nautical miles or 5.5 kilometers from it. Several aircraft carrying helicopters and other security services fly out earlier, especially on international trips. This includes the C-17 Globemaster containing the presidential motorcade and the Beast. And trailing behind Air Force One is the Doomsday plane. This is an EB-4 Advanced Airborne Command Post. There are only 4 in existence, and it acts as an airborne nuclear bunker and war room for nuclear emergencies. Now, this might surprise you. Air One is so secure it has no fighter jet escort. In fact, the only time it's ever accompanied by fighter jets is in the event of a crisis like 911. Or if they're putting on a show for the media. Besides this, you'll never spot Air Force One at an ordinary airport anywhere in the world. That's because it always lands at a secure base that's mostly military. Usually a group with members of the U.S. Military Secret Service and White House evaluate the airport weeks ahead and prep the authorities for the president's arrival. Air traffic control is instructed to divert any flights that are scheduled to arrive around the same time. And in some cases, this affects flights at nearby airports too. The secret crew Air Force One is maintained and operated by the Presidential Airlift Group, and this is where the presidential pilots and crew are trained as well. This includes 2 pilots, a navigator, and an engineer in the cockpit. Besides hospitality, the crew pilots spend hours training for what-if scenarios with the Secret Service. They take their training very seriously. For example, prior to the presidential inauguration processions, a simulated attack training is conducted to better prepare all involved with the procedures covering all foreseeable eventualities. Additionally, the presidential pilots, who are from the U.S. Air Force, learn evasive maneuvers for the rare event of an attack. And fun fact, the only time they've used this is when President Nixon visited Syria in 1974. The Syrian government sent 4 MiGs to welcome and escort Air Force One to the base. But the message wasn't passed on to the crew, so the presidential pilot, fearing an attack, sprung into action and even went into a steep dive. The new Air Force One, the 747-200B, has served the president since 1990, but that's soon to change. In 2018, Boeing received $3.9 billion for 2 new 747-8 aircraft. They're due for delivery in 2024, but severe delays and CO9 has pushed it to 2026 to 2027. The company says it's being built with state-of-the-art features that are more advanced than the current ones. This includes upgraded military-level avionics, advanced communication systems, and self-defense systems. Any guesses what the other cool luxury and military features are? Let us know in the comments.